This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I was informed by sources unknown, or, well, sources I know, but sources you likely don't know, that I shouldn't actually review this chapter, that I should just live react to it. I do not know what happens in this chapter, so we shall see what we shall see. Let's hop into it. Thank you to our final patrons, Reborn 4765, Midnight Gem Lord, Sean, Alex, Ice Rose, and Demix LND. And another thank you to our $3 members, Recliner Plays and Redbull 4765. And another very big thank you to our $10 patrons, Robbie Uchiha, Idel Kami, and Joaquin. And another very big thank you to our $25 member, Alex Ice Rose. Before we hop in this breakdown / live reaction and review to chapter 200, whoa, I am leaving into the future, chapter 112 of 4 Nights of the Ababalaba. Please don't forget to leave your own list on the chapter in the comment section down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also hit that little note in case you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below, each as low as $1 $1 a month to get things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You can also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Now, let's hop into the live reaction. What's up, guys? I got the pencil here. And, yes, I was explicitly told to live react to this one, generally, not just for the patrons. So for this one time, I'll see, because they said I'm really gonna like this chapter. And they said they wanted, like, more people to see my genuine reaction to this one. So here we are. Do not expect this. I just, like, the one friend who told me to do this is one who told me to also, like, genuinely live react to the Arthur chapter, but I didn't. I still waited separately and did a review for that one. But considering what that Arthur chapter led to and hyped up and all that, I'm going to trust their opinion on this one. So we'll see what we shall see. Let's not waste any more time, and let me grab that bad boy and let's hop right into it. Editing me. Ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Fun fact, as you know, I have it on me, and I keep it on me at all times. But as you should also know, come here, I know you're there. You can't hide from me. You can't hide from me. I have it on me, and I keep it on me at all times. So, there's a special occasion, so I'm going to bring out the special sword. So, let's see what 4 Nights 112 has got to offer me. Because now I'm a little bit excited. You know, I got a little bit of hype behind it now. Because, I don't know, my friend, they usually don't gas things up unless they're actually gas. You know what I'm saying? like I trust their opinion on a lot of things. Except for that one time when they told me to live react to that other chapter. But I'll live react to this one for them. As a favor to them. So, let's see. Chapter 112, Wavering Hearts. Okay. Percy, Mini Percy, the evil ones. I saw, like, yo, still to this day, I am betting they're evil. Something evil's gotta happen. Like, there's no way these are just a positive influence. Like, I genuinely refuse to believe that these things are just gonna be a positive influence on Percy's life. Someone's gonna go. Nasians. Someone's gonna go because the mini Percys just don't want to help. I feel it in my bones. But let's see. Okay. The rumble. Aaron, what are you doing, Aaron? Aaron, get out of here. Stop rumbling across the multiverse. Go back to where you belong. Let's see. Look at gang. Darn it. The behemoth's going mad out there. All that negative magic. It's oozing closer. Why do you look like this? Bro's built like a thumb. I'm sorry. My daughter's been crying for days. The poor girl. Oh. Ew. What does this thing's daughter look like? Ew. Here's the thing, though. I'm genuinely, like, still, I'm not sure. I don't think. My friend didn't tell me anything. That's the only unfortunate thing. So who knows? Maybe that's another reason. I have no idea why my friend. I'm assuming it has something to do with the mini Percys, right? Like they're on the chapter. They're on the chapter cover. So I'm assuming it's something to do with them. That's why my friend told me to live react. Because, like, I don't know if you've been around for a while, you know my biggest thing is that I've been mad paranoid. I've been undeniably and inhumanely paranoid about the mini Percys. It's been like, it's kind of been like my conspiracy theory darn near ever since they've been introduced. The moment I think it was like, you can go back to chapter like 16 out of 112 in my reviews, and you can literally see my paranoia start to build. Like I've mentioned on numerous occasions that these things don't feel right. Something's off about these fellas. I don't know. I just don't think they're trustworthy. So I'm assuming it's something to do with this. It's probably going to be a big reveal about them. But another thing I'm wondering, and specifically in regards to the Demon World arc, is what are these guys? What is this general group of individuals? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Schwartz. So 6. But I don't know. These aren't the 6 Knights of Black, as far as I know. Because Bellion is, like, simply by acknowledging Schwartz as a differently named and having a just different enough appearance for a character, these can't be the 6 Knights of Black. Right? So who are they? And where, and like, are the 6 Knights of Black actually still just in the Celestial Realm? Like, will we run across them if we ever visit the Celestial Realm? I don't know. Because once again, all of these characters look like knockoffs of the 6 Knights of Black. That looks like Pump. That looks like whatever its name was. That looks like whatever its name was. The lion guy. This one was the electricity thing, except it had its hair up and not its hair down. I don't remember what this guy looks like. But I don't know. I'm not sure, like... And here's the thing, if you aren't a 7 Deadly Sins fan, none of this matters to you. These are just like fresh designs. But this itches at the back of my head because the 6 Knights of Black is one of the weird things that falls like out of the, like in, yet slightly out of the realm of canon. Because like every single movie released for 7 Deadly Sins so far is canon except for Prisoners of the Sky. That is the only one that is not canon because it doesn't make sense anywhere in the timeline. It literally, it just doesn't. It don't make sense. Like, you can, it's impossible. Oh, trust me. I've tried to find a way to fit it somewhere into the 7 Deadly Sins timeline, but no, it just doesn't work. Either someone's dead or their power levels don't line up. I don't mean like their combat, no, like their straight up appearances and levels of power do not make sense within the context. The level of ability, like King using only the regular Spirit Spear and Meliodas being as Meliodas-y as he is in that movie, just the two cannot line up. They cannot line up at all. And that's going to be that, like, the 7 Deadly Sins do not gather, like, at all for an adventure like Prison of the Sky until, like, near the end of the series. And you can't put Prison of the Sky near the end of the series because that's just not how the series works. So it's a super duper nightmare, but there is a prequel chapter that is confirmed for the manga, made by NAKABA himself, that does have crucial information about how Meliodas became feared by the Demon Clan, or, well, not just the Demon Clan, but the Goddess Clan, because he ran the ones with Mael and got Mael to run the ones. So, like, these characters do exist. The 6 Knights of Black, I mean. They are even mentioned in the manga. I believe it's chapter, like, 205, 206, 207. One of those 3. They're mentioned in a little text box, which is makes sense because it came along. Like, I'm pretty sure the reason they're mentioned specifically at that point is because that's when Prisoners of the Sky came out, I'm pretty sure. But that's the only mention. We've never got to see Bellion or Pump or any of them in the manga outside that one prequel chapter. So I really wonder what these guys are, because we've gotten a name for one of them, but nothing else concrete. We don't know what their role is in the demon world. We don't know any of that, so whatever. Whatever. Listen up, you guys. In 6 days, we'll guard Sir Percival as he travels up the Behemoth's back. He must be fully prepared for the ordeal. First, we must clean out the Camelot intruders who wandered in here. We must be sure they're stamped out. Good. That's good. Though, admittedly, I'm very interested to see, because, like, with Macduff appearing and confirming that legitimately, no offense to Macduff, but for all intents and purposes, he's a minor antagonist. Like, he's not a Jericho tier antagonist. He's not a Ironside tier antagonist. He's not a Pelgar tier antagonist. No, Macduff, for all intents and purposes, was just some blind dude. And according to Lance, and how, you know, just doing some basic scaling, Macduff was like commandment level. Like, commandment level. Like, Chaos Gallon. Like that is crazy that Macduff would, like, body bag Chaos Gallon, at least physically, if Lance versus Percy is any indication. So, like, how strong is Morlock? How strong is Timitul, that one, their goddess guy? Like, how strong are these individuals? Like, will the Black Knights of Six, I suppose, will they be able to handle that? Can they handle all that? I'm not sure. Like, legitimately, I'm not sure they can handle all that, because they're going to have to deal with, and I think they're outnumbered, right? Because, like, say this is 6, because let's see, Schwartz, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is 6 of them. They're outnumbered too, because there are 7 Camelot Knights. And admittedly, one of them did almost perish. Rosebank did almost perish from just falling really, really high. But who knows? Especially with the kind of hacks they have. They all have chaos staves. Like, I don't know. Like, you guys may be a little bit too overconfident. But who knows? Let's see. Okay, so they do immediately scatter to go take care of that. That's good. That's good. I'm interested. Hopefully we actually get to see these guys fight. Still, one of my biggest pet peeves is that we didn't get to see the fight between Lance, Gawain, and the other demons, Eo's friends. I wish we could have gotten to see that. We didn't. We never will. So hopefully we get to see these guys fight. I don't think... Because the thing is, right? We still have 5 more days. 5 more days of stuff in the Demon Realm. But I don't think we're actually gonna, like I don't think we're gonna have 5 more weeks of training. Like, I'm not sure. Maybe we do, because NAKABA wants to take his time in the Demon World. But if he does, great. I would like that. But since I don't think he will, I feel like we may not get to see these guys fight. Or if their fights get off screen, we may not ever get to see these guys fight ever again. So, NAKABA, take your time, bro. No one's rushing you. No one's rushing. Please, take your time. Let's see. Oop. Tristan, if you don't get your lazy behind out that chair and go hit the gym, yo. Tristan fans, like, hold on, bro, hold on. Now, see, it's early in the morning. Let me take a sip real quick. Tristan fans. This your man's? He's really sitting there, looking on the verge of crying as he watches his top ops fly away. Really? This your man's? This fella right here. He's your GOAT. Him? Like, me personally, like, here's the thing, right? I'm the kind of, like, at least put me in Tristan's shoes, right? You got to put me in Tristan's shoes. I'm not leaving without a dub. Like specifically if I know I got more in the tank and I have people here who I know can stop me. Like, here's the thing, right? Say Tristan was alone in the Demon World with Schwartz. Just alone in the Demon World with Schwartz. Let's say Zeldris had to go somewhere and Lance had to go somewhere. And we don't know. I highly doubt Gelda's beyond Tristan level. I don't know. I don't think Gelda's stronger at all. And without any other commandments there, I don't think anyone could really stop Demon Mode Tristan if Lance and Zeldris were gone. But Tristan, dude, you have 2 whole people who are fully able to stop one of your rampages. Beat their behind, like I don't know, like, at least that seems like something that I would do, even with my calmer, nicer mindset. If I'm like trying to be Tristan-esque, like, he pulled out Demon Mark because Lance goaded him into it. Because, well, I guess because people were in danger, because Malaska went into her giant snake form, but he pulled out Demon Mark then. Like, bro, just whip it out. Like that sounds wrong, but like, legitimately, just pull it out. Like, there's no reason, at least in my opinion, there's no clear reason to hold back, especially considering what that whole fight was. That was essentially a litmus test. Like, they were trying to figure out, okay, is this guy that guy? Or does he have any of that dog in him? Is he really, like, is he low-key at all one of us? Because that's what they're judging you for. They're trying to see your worth. And it's considering, like, notably, I'm not sure how much demon culture or demon knowledge that Tristan has, but I think he should have been able to infer that a lot of respect in demon culture comes from strength. The reason the 10 Commandments were so revered and put on such pedestals was because they were strong. The reason Meliodas and Zeldris were, well, mainly Meliodas, was so feared was because he was strong. The reason the Demon King ruled by an iron fist is because the people respected the strong. Like, that's how it works. And I feel like Tristan, if he didn't know that by being taught it, which makes sense, I don't think, apparently, Tristan has only met his uncle once before this, which still blows my mind, but with that being the case, it would make more sense to me that Tristan could at least infer that he needs to show where he stands, show his worth. If not for himself, for his family, for his legacy and stuff like that. And I get it, you know, some kids don't care about their family's legacy, but do it for yourself at least. Like have some genuine self-respect and like be like, yo, okay, fine, you want this? I'll give you this. And then worst comes to worst, call Lance. Do it. And notably, we know that Tristan can flicker into Demon Mark for a relatively extended period of time with little to no drawback. It's when he's literally like bloodlusted. That's when he becomes like an actual problem. Because remember, when he went Demon Mark against Velascula, it didn't really cause any issues. He just went Demon Mark one chapter and it was done. Why not just do that again? You have full control. And heck, once again, Tristan, if there's any place, since your father didn't do it for one reason or another, likely because you're uncomfortable with it, if there's any place for you to learn how to use your demonic abilities, Tristan, it's when you're in the demon world with other demons who have your demonic abilities. Like, legitimately, there's nowhere else in creation you're going to be able to go to get this, except unless you go back home, but you aren't going back home. While you have this 7-day training montage available to you, you should be training with the people who can help you understand it, such as the demons. And I 100% believe if Tristan were to have gone Demon Mark and beat the brakes off of Schwartz, just absolutely annihilated that man, I 100% believe that Schwartz would be like, well, not like you Willikers, fella. You really okay. I see how your lineage could take down the 10 Commandments, dog. Yeah, you know, fine. We can talk about this. We can make this work. But no, now that because Tristan decided to just, oh no, I don't want to give in to the darkness. Like now he's just sitting around in a chair. Like, bro, you are not that guy. Train. At least train or something, bro. It's not the time nor the place to be sitting around. But let's see. Good morning, Prince Tristan. Oh, this hurts. Good morning, Prince Tristan. Then again, there's no morning or night here. Strange place. NAKABA, if you could quit toying with my feelings, I'd greatly appreciate that. Now, here's the thing, right? We saw the sun. So I think Kai's just dumb. And we know the world's usually covered in miasma. The main reason we were even able to see the sun in Cursed by Light is because the Supreme Deity, like, I'm pretty sure it's stated in the novels and, like, it's implied in the movie that the Supreme Deity just, like, wiped out all the miasma. Like, came there, and then boom, like, all the miasma was gone. And then there was a star in the sky. So, like, this is a world. Not only is it just called the Demon World, shock horror, but, like, Zeldris even describes it in a chapter I've yet to cover. He even describes it as their dimension. So, like, give me at least planetary, dog. Don't, Kion, don't, because I can hear it now. Like, notably, it's not like people who tried to scale against Seven Deadly Sins actually read Four Knights or the Seven Deadly Sins manga. But, like, if I'm feeling goonish, like say I need to get someone against Meliodas, I'm pulling the statement up. There's no day or night, so there's no day or night cycle. So there is no sun. Because if there was a sun, there'd be a day and night cycle. But you could just blame that on miasma. Notably, NAKABA doesn't draw it all too often. He draws a lot of white backgrounds. But hey, when you're working solo, I draw a lot of white backgrounds too. All right, let's see. Kion, I'm sorry about yesterday. I'm sure I disappointed you all. Yes. Yeah, like, at least, I don't know. Tristan so far, for the knight that has inarguably, like literally it is impossible to argue, for the knight, if you read Seven Deadly Sins, Percy has more build up if you go purely by Four Knights. That is just true. But if you are a reader of Seven Deadly Sins, if you are a cultured individual, the knight that has the most build up, the knight most people had the most anticipation for, the knight that literally had me saying his name instead of the actual main character's name up, like, to this day, because I was expecting him to be the main character and I'm expecting a lot from him. Tristan has been mad disappointing, dog. Like not even just in losing to Schwartz. Losing to a man named Schwartz, that's embarrassing. Losing to Aaron Schwartz, that's crazy. But even just in general, I don't know, Tristan's character, his abilities, his willingness to use his abilities. That's the thing. It all makes for a good character. Don't get me wrong. I see the development. I see the storyline. Trust me. I'm legally blind, but I'm not that legally blind. I see where NAKABA's planning to take the character. Trust me, I am literate. I know this is going to be a path of self-understanding journey, and by the time we get to the end of the journey, I'm going to retroactively look back on these early chapters and greatly appreciate where Tristan's at. But considering I've been waiting, like, what, 5 years? How long ago did Seven Deadly Sins end? Like, for 2023. It's Four Nights has been going on for 2 years now. Nearly going on 3. It's soon going to be going on for 3 years. I think I would have to double check, but I think Tristan was literally introduced to us as readers like nearly 5 years ago now. As a person who's been waiting 5 years for Tristan to have like a true proper pop-off moment, he did. In Demon Mark, he did. So he has those, and he did have that against Io. But like, I'm expecting more from the son of Elizabeth and Meliodas. I think that's the point. Like, even putting all my biases aside, I do see the writing on the wall. I know where NAKABA's taking the character. Man, this intermediary phase, like, it's not something I'm realistically rocking with. But hey, that's just me wanting my demon goddess hybrid human child to be super duper cool all the time, like a certain very human hybrid child is super duper cool all the time. However, with that being the case, we see that okay, I haven't told Isolde a thing, Prince, and I've never been disappointed in you for a single moment. Oh, but things are oddly hectic outside today. Okay, so like, with context of another chapter we have to cover, I'm sorry, I need to like sit down and dedicate time to just catch up. I'll see if I can do that this weekend. I'll see if I can just sit down and catch up on every single chapter. But the thing is, I want to release those as individual reviews because I really like how the playlist looks. So I'm gonna release those as like individual chunks of reviews, even the little Kion mini chapter. With the context of the Kion mini chapter, I do think Kion's meat writing is a lot more justified. Even though technically we're only told how it justifies it in like a little text box at the end of the chapter. So like, realistically it doesn't, but like Kion's personality is something that is much more justified for me because of who ended up raising him for a decent chunk of his life. The purity that Kion could have had was literally stolen away from him along with a good section of his developmental years. So I understand why Kion's never disappointed, but I think it is purposeful that we see Kion not smiling, and we see Kion, the side of Kion that has his hair covering his face, his eyes, the windows to the soul. So he may not be disappointed, and he may have never been disappointed in Tristan, and he may never will be disappointed in Tristan, but I think even he understands that Tristan has more to give. He probably doesn't fully understand, because you like me personally, I will never understand what Tristan is going through. And I'll never be able to understand why he feels the way he feels about his powers and all the stuff like that. However, even as an outsider just peering in, I feel like even Kion knows, like, yeah, dude, you could have given him more. You could have done a bit more. Because he's seen more. He knows it. Like that's the thing. As a person who's been by Tristan's side all these years, he, if anyone outside of like literally Meliodas and Elizabeth, he would know Tristan's potential. He would understand the limits that that man is willing and capable of going to, but he just refuses to. And an arguably really good situation for him. So like, I don't know. But let's see. Great Demon Gang, 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 Great. I'm sorry, I can now repeat that ad nauseum. Ooh, NAKABA, you ran out of time this week, bro? Ooh, where's the shading, NAKABA? Where's the shading? NAKABA, where is it? Give me something, bro. Where's the shit? Nah, but I don't blame. Once again, we ain't sponsored. But if water, the entity of water would like to sponsor me, I'd greatly appreciate it. But the thing here, very interesting thing here. Or no, let me, before I get into that. Why is that demon kind of got me? No, but regardless, still the utmost respect to NAKABA Suzuki. That man has no assistants. Can you imagine? Like, Horikoshi, Gege. Ironically enough, the other NAKABA sensei. I think the Sakamoto Days author. I think their name is either Suzuki or Nakaba. I just know I can consistently conflate that Nakaba or Suzuki with this Nakaba Suzuki. So like, that's my thing. They all have assistants. Like, and don't get me wrong, that doesn't devalue their work at all. The ability to create the angles and panels and artwork that they do at all is still crazy. But I'm gonna have like infinitely more respect for Naka being able to produce this weekly at all. Bro has a week to bang these out. And like, notably, it's not always a week. Like, sometimes he goes on break, or sometimes there just is a mandatory break. So he probably has time. He builds buffers. But like, even still, how many unique images are in this chapter alone? Just so far, like not even like full chapter. We're barely halfway through the chapter. How many unique images have there been? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 26 separate drawings. 26 of them. In like the span of a week. And once again, we're 6 pages into the chapter. do you know what I mean? Like, are you catching my drift? This is still insane. This is still absolutely insane that Nakaba is able to do this on his own. I may do that. Like, once we get to the end of the chapter, I may literally go through and count how many unique images there are that Nakaba has to produce. So yeah, sure. Am I going to joke on him a little bit because it seems like this didn't get like a second pass over? Like, especially this. Ugh. But yeah, I will. But that still doesn't mean, like, I'm not saying I can at all do better. You could get, once again, I say this every single time I ever go to critique a mangaka, especially a mangaka. Comics artists are a bit different, even though I still have a lot of respect for them. I have a lot of respect for the comics industry in general, because that is also crazy, especially the level of quality art that comes out consistently now for comics. Whew, mind blown. But one thing I will always give weekly mangaka, and especially a weekly mangaka like NAKABA, is that I could never do it. Never. You could make me a multi-yearly mangaka. Like, turn me into who's a mangaka that only posts like once every blue moon, like once every 5 years. Still couldn't do it. Because I would have to create all those unique images, all those unique character designs. I have to write the plot. I have to write the script. I have to do all that. And they do this in a week. They drop 20... Heck, I still remember when Horikoshi was in like his like 7-page chapter era. Like, you would blink and the chapters of MHA would be over. But even still, I would respect that. Because it's weekly, being able to produce that, especially the quality of Hori's art. Like, that is still absolutely insane to me. So, utmost respect to manga. It is not easy. It's not easy being a mangaka. It's not easy being a webtoon artist. It's not easy being anything. This is easy. I just talk about their stuff. But producing it myself, whew, that is boo-boo bonkers. So, shout outs to it. But let's actually get into the content of the chat. What does it say? It hurts. The behemoth is sapping her life force. Are we going to die? I'm terrified. Now that the behemoth is awake, we're helpless. It's the same 16 years ago. So many of us died. Our life force sucked away. And that's the hand we're dealt. Darn, grandfather. You couldn't even at least lie to the... I don't know. Well, I guess once again, demon culture. I highly doubt demons coddle their youth. Like, even if... Like, none of these demons look like combatants. Like, I don't think any of them are, like, going on the front line and being soldiers. But, like, I just got to imagine that's one thing that's interesting. Like, every little bit of world building that NAKABA does, the subtle, major, or otherwise, I really, really like. This just goes to show you that, like, yo, demons are straight up. Like, I don't know about y'all, but when I was a kid, the mom would sugarcoat stuff for me. Like, that mom with a pencil would not tell me the direct truth. If something bad happened, well, it depends on the quality of bad. Like, if it's, like, serious event bad that I need to worry about, then I'll be told straight up. But, like, something like this, like, if I was straight up perishing, my mom wouldn't have been like, or my grandfather wouldn't have been like, hey, tough luck, bro. It's the hand you're dealt. You got to deal with it, buddy. Hate to be like that when it be like that, especially when it be like that. Like, my grandfather would have never said that to me. But in demon culture, where it's kind of like you live by your strength, you die by your strength, yeah, it makes sense that this would kind of be the honest world that they speak of and live in. It's rough, it's sad, but it's true. And they're right, technically. The level of candor is rough for, seemingly enough, no more than a child to hear. But it be like that when it be like that, especially when it be like that. So that's a interesting facet of demon culture. I like that. Up, my people. Do not give up, my people. Who's that? The demon world will be saved. Don't ever give up hope. Hope? Did you say hope, my friend? What do you know? Do you have eyes? Bro doesn't even have eyes. What is he? What in the? Is that a mask? No, that's his skin. How does he see? He doesn't. Why does the living, breathing cloud have eyes, but you don't have eyes, buddy? What in the world? I'm sorry, all the beef in the world ain't worth not being able to see. Yo, bro, give his eyes back. What are you doing? You got 4 of them. Give him 2. Jeez. I'm sorry. Have I seen this design before? Like what? He looks like something. He looks like a buff court jester, but he looks like something familiar. I feel like I've seen a variation on this design before, but it's not from 7 Deadly Sins. It's from some other series, like this kind of build plus the mask. Like something about this design looks super duper familiar. I can't place my finger on it though. Let's see. So Percival has returned to our world once again. He's going to the behemoth in 6 days, and he'll save us all. Oh, look at the demon kind of faith in Percy. That's still super duper interesting. I have yet to talk about those chapters, and since I would like to keep my general opinion a little bit quiet on that until I get to it, because I'm gonna be chatting for a hot minute in those chapters. I'm gonna need a section off like 7 hours to record the chapters I missed, but intriguing, and that is good though. They're using, and I feel like this is once again a byproduct of Zeldris, even if indirectly. Because I don't think, like, something tells me if the Demon King was still king, even with his citizens suffering and dying due to the behemoth wiling out, he wouldn't care. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy to care. He'd be like, suck it up. The weak will go, the strong will survive. Survival of the fittest. That's what it seems like to me. That's what if I know the Demon King at all, which who knows, maybe I don't. maybe I need to scrap that whole Demon King analysis I'm writing up. But if I know the Demon King, I'm assuming the Demon King would be like, yeah, whatever. We'll let the weak die. The behemoth. I'm assuming the behemoth was almost inserted as once again, ironically enough, a litmus test. See how strong demon kind is. Because if a whole bunch of them die out, that means a whole bunch of them are weak. And whoever survives the rampaging behemoth, then they'll be deemed the strong, and vice versa. So I'm assuming the Demon King set up the behemoth. Because remember, the Demon King created the world. That is it. It's not like there's a common misconception I see whenever you're talking, even not even from a scaling just from a story front. People are like, oh, well, maybe the Demon King didn't create. No, like the whole demon world is something he conceptualized. The behemoth exists because the Demon King wanted it to exist. So you got to just look into the reasoning behind that. And I think it literally is to make the strongest breed of demon. Because I'd say more than any other race, the demon clan is verbatim built for combat. I feel like that's not too spicy of a take to make. I think it is just in their nature to be combat ready. Set up to do the fisticuffs. That is kind of their whole thing. And how do you encourage an environment like that? Build a toxic environment that only respects and cares about strength, which lasts to this very day based on years upon years of enforcement. And also build in an automatic, natural system that promotes the strong surviving and the weak dying off. I don't know. It seems like that's what the Demon King would do. But this sort of thing where we have demons going about and spreading hope, spreading faith, in a human, no less. Like, legitimately, this isn't Meliodas coming to save them, though apparently they don't like Meliodas still. This isn't any of their commandments coming to save them. No, this is a human child. They all know this. But now they're willing to have faith in him. I feel like that's something that only could happen under Zeldris' rule. And even if it's subtle, even if it's a minor implication of what has changed in the demon realm, I do like that. It shows that Zeldris, even if indirectly, didn't spend his 16 years just sitting on a throne doing nothing. He's been slightly shifting the attitudes and subconsciously shifting the mentalities of demons so that they do care more about their lives. They do care more about each other, and they do have this hope within their hearts. Let's see. Our savior? I can hardly believe it. Who's the savior. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Okay. Jeez, chill out. Oh, well, there's your savior. He's getting body bagged by Macduff. But let's see. Weave. Okay, Lance with the weaves. Admittedly, though, I do think this is somewhat I do get what Lance is going for here, because I guess Percy could hypothetically just outskill him, but I do think if you want Percy to increase his sword skills, Lance, you do have to teach him how to wield a sword. Like, he's still very likely using, like, this method of fighting is probably still based on the chopping block board, when he would chop up big old birds to eat up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, that's probably where a majority of this fighting style still comes from, and you just beating the taste out of his mouth isn't really going to do much to help him with that, at least in my opinion. Like, I wouldn't say it's the most effective, because it's not teaching him anything. Like, it essentially is just, okay, we'll make you stronger. And while it's a lot of times Seven Deadly Sins is a who can hit the other who harder fest, there is a lot of technical stuff. Like, one of the biggest fights of, like, just pure technical skill that I remember is post-resurrection Meliodas versus Derriere and Mon Speed, where Meliodas uses his understanding of Derriere's technique and his own base stats and his positioning and his understanding of how Derriere fights to manipulate her and how she moves to keep killing her combo before it can really get going. That's something that he can do because he's a good tactical fighter. We see how Meliodas typically engages in sword fights with other sword users. He usually not only just beats them up, but he also kind of outskills them, because Meliodas has sword training. So like Lance, you probably want to teach the kid to actually use a sword if you know how to do that. Maybe he's doing this because he doesn't. We haven't seen Lancelot actually wield a sword. He always, whenever he does pick up a sword of any type, it's usually to use Shining Road, and Shining Road immediately breaks the weapon afterwards. So maybe Lance doesn't know how to use a sword, but I'm not sure if this is the most effective way to teach Percy how to use one. Like, me just wielding Lost Vein in the general direction of someone who could whoop my behind is not going to suddenly teach me how to use Lost Vein. Like, it's not going to suddenly teach me how to use a sword. So I'm not sure. I see where you're going for, Lancelot, in a very general sense, but at the same time, I feel like you need a more specific route. Once again, I feel like Percy's another person who would genuinely benefit from training with Zeldris. Because what is Zeldris? The fastest blade in the demon realm. And not only is Zeldris just fast, he's also just a really good sword fighter. Like, even Ludoshel was like, okay, I see you. So, like, Ludoshel even put props on Zeldris' name. Ludoshel knew. So I think both Percival and Tristan could heavily benefit from just going to train with Zeldris. Especially considering, I'm not sure, well, Zeldris is running the demon world, obviously. So I guess there's that. Maybe that's why they aren't bothering him. But, like, considering the situation at hand and considering what these guys mean, considering they are the key to saving the demon world in the long run, I do think Zeldris picking up, putting down the books for a second, putting down the tax forms, and getting to training these two would overall be more helpful than whatever he's doing right now. No offense, Zeldris, I'm not saying your current work isn't important, but I do think the prosperity of your entire world relies on these people learning how to fight good and getting control over their abilities, which I think you could help with even more than Lancelot, thanks to your experience and all that stuff, and you literally being a sword fighter. But let's see. You can't hit anything if you just swing blindly. Yeah, but you're just too good. I give you like a PTSD flashback. Like, when I first started playing fighters, I specifically remember I went over to my friend's house and I'm like, hey, you should play Dragon Ball FighterZ. And I specifically remember he taught me the very basic controls. And I was just smashing. I was like, okay, I'm gonna hit square, I'm gonna hit square, I'm gonna hit triangle, I'm gonna hit triangle, I'm gonna hit circle, I'm gonna hit circle. And he's like, dude, you can't just hit anything if you just swing blindly. And I was like, dude, you're hopping all over the screen, you're doing all these weird things. I have no idea what I'm doing, man. I'm just doing my best. You're just too good at the game. Now I can beat him pretty confidently. Like, he introduced me to fighters, but now I've surpassed him. I'm pretty confident. Like, no, he can probably still take games off me, but I don't know. I've gotten sweaty enough in fighters that I think I can very consistently beat him. But he doesn't play it that often anymore. So that's just literally me dedicating more time to the game. But yeah, but you're just too good. I don't doubt your latent. I don't know why I'm giving Lance such a deep, buttery, rich voice, but I don't doubt your latent strength, agility, and... Oh, well, he is emulating Macduff right now, so I guess Macduff would have a nice, deep, buttery voice. I don't doubt your latent strength, ability, and stamina, but you simply have no idea how to use all your gifts. Okay, what should I do then? Don't think, just sense it. Okay, but see, Lance, once again, I don't think that's an effective way to teach someone how to use their abilities. Like, or at least to tap into the proper way to wield such strength. Look at Percy. Look at Percy's face. But I don't think that's the most effective way to teach someone their abilities. Like, dog, maybe you should, like, sit down and communicate, or not sit down, but, like, communicate with him properly. Like, I get what Lance means, but Percy's been fighting purely by instinct. He's been fighting purely by habit this entire time, and you were the one to say that wasn't good enough. So maybe the time for instinct is over. Maybe he doesn't have autonomous ultra instinct. Like, maybe he just doesn't have that. Maybe you just need to sit down and, like, actually figure out a training regimen that will teach him how to use his sword. I think that's the most effective way to teach Percy right now, because instinct ain't cutting it. He's not going to beat Ironside by instinct. He's not going to beat Pelgard by instinct. Like, look at Gawain. Gawain got styled on despite having all the power in the world because they just didn't have the technical skill. Speaking of, it is still crazy that Gawain hasn't woken up. Like, did they put a sleep spell on her? I'm straight up wondering at this point, because why is she not, like, here? Because notably, she should have just woken up and teleported. Unless that stuff around her wrists and ankles, like, sealed her magic or something, she should just be back by now. Because it's a whole new day. So, Gawain, you all right? Are you really lost in the magical sauce? Like, let me know. However, let's see. This is what you want, Percy? To be stopped by level 2 McDuff 6 days straight? No! I still can't get the image out of my head of the entire Demon Slayerverse just cowering in fear. All of JJK shaking and quivering in its boots because Big Daddy McDuff rolled up with his blind behind and started soloing them all. Oh, wow, it's crazy. The only thing is Big Duff has no way to get through Infinity. Like notably, I do believe there are 7 Deadly Sins characters who, like, I can think of like 3 off the top of my head who can, like, probably 4. I'd say 4. 4 characters off the top of my head who I do think have ways to get past Infinity, or at least have ways, or at least if not get past Infinity, have ways to literally just outlive Gojo. So, like, outlive and tank anything Gojo has to offer so that they're just fine. Like, they would actually beat him purely through longevity. But with that being the case, it's crazy that McDuff is just this strong, bro. But let's see. Darn, he's being rough. Well, yeah, Donners. He's playing McDuff. You know, the guy who snapped your friend's neck? Let's see. Oh, but I gotta stay focused on my stuff. 250 feet or bust. Whoa. Donnie, do not bust. That's nasty. There are kids here. I'm sorry. Let's see. Did he really just fart? Well, he did bust. Let's see. I just can't do it. Donnie, you literally said you were going to train piece by piece. Train piece by piece, bro. Let's see. Is it me? Or is the outside, or really the whole demon world on edge today? Can you feel that? I'm not sure if I could sense if the whole planet was on edge. Like, I'm trying to think, like, I mean, like, I've been paranoid before. Like, I've woken up. I feel like everyone's had this at least once in their life where they've woken up and, like, something's wrong. And, like, no, and you can even have those moments where, like, no one else understands what you're feeling in that moment. But, like, you in your heart of hearts are, like, feeling like something's not right. Like, I've had moments like that before. But I've never been, but, like, usually it's been, like, small scale. Like, I can tell something's up with, like, my body, or something's up with, like, the people around me, or like something like that. But the whole world being on edge, I don't think I could ever, like, feel that. That would be concerning if I could. Let's see. Can I ask you something? What did you? Oh, okay, Ann. What did you try to say to Isolde yesterday? Jade was in love with her. I'm sure that's what he wanted to say. And notably, I was immediately on Nasian's train, but a commenter on last week's review brought up a fantastic point that maybe Jade actually just wanted to tell her the truth, because that's what a big thing that was right before Jade's death, that he just wanted to tell her the truth of who saved her that day. It wasn't actually Jade, it was Tristan. Like, maybe he wanted to tell her that, so Nasian's indirectly telling Jade what he telling Isolde what he thinks that Jade wanted to say would actually just genuinely do more damage. Like, it may actually make Isolde feel even worse, because now she's living a lie, knowing that the man who loved her died for her under false pretense, or something like that. Like, I do like that interpretation, that Nasian's, and indirectly due to his lack of interaction with other people, has good inferring skills. He understands maybe how people think, but he may be like self-projecting his worries onto other people, and that truly they'll never know what Jade really wanted to say in his dying moments. And that's an unfortunate state. Still waiting for Chaos Jade though. I feel it in my heart of hearts. I feel like we're gonna get a Chaos Jade, or at least Jade is going to once we get to Camelot and Isolde's gonna be there, I feel like an illusion, a secret illusion of Jade will appear and will have impact. Please, why now? Why must you dog now? Why must you dog now? Can you not wait to dog later? But I do like that. And let's see, Anne goes, "Ah, I knew it." "You knew it, Anne Galahad? So why did you stop me?" "You need to think about Isolde's feelings a little, Nasians. If she learns that Jade died protecting her because he loved her, she'll be in so much pain." Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like, I can't, once again, I don't know. I can't. I'm not gonna lie to y'all and say I've never been in love. No, I'm not that jaded an individual. I'm an old, jaded, crusty old man. But well, then again, I have like Disney idea of love. So I've been in very, very, very deep interest. Let's put it nicely like that. I've been in very, very deep interest. And I don't know, if I was on my deathbed, like, I probably wouldn't want people to retroactively tell my love, like, "Oh yeah, love you," but like, I couldn't say it. Like, that would be awkward for me. So I understand where Anne's coming from on that front. And also, yeah, that would probably haunt. Like, can you imagine if, like, one of your best homies died in your arms, and then, like, someone you met about a week ago, probably not even, were to come to you and tell you, while they barely knew your best friend too, like, they barely knew who your best friend was, and they come and tell you, "Oh yeah, he loved you. Yeah, he probably loved you for a long time too. You just didn't know. You were just blind to their feelings." That would hurt. That would hurt a lot. That would hurt a lot. So I know that would be like earth shattering. Like I can't imagine like the kind of mental breakdown you would have, because then you would like, you would have to like Jimmy Neutron brain blast every single interaction you had with the person who's now gone, the person you can now never interact with again. You now have to think about every single thing that they've ever said, any of their emotions, any of the things that they did that would have implied that you may have just missed because you thought you knew them. That would be diabolically devastating. So I do understand what Anne's going for you. But what about what Jade thought about it? Just because he died, does that mean his feelings have to die too? Yeah. Usually. I mean, like, that's usually what happens after a person goes, their feelings go with them. People die when they are killed. I still need to watch Fate. I've told people read Fate in general. I don't know. People have recommended me Fate since Fate was created, but I've still yet to actually consume that media franchise. It has King Arthur in it, right? Well, let's see. Because I just won't stand for that. If something happened to me and Galahad, I'd want you to tell Percival that. Oh, Nazis is so good. Like, here's the thing. I'm not sure if NAKABA's like gaming me, because like that's the thing. It feels too obvious, right? Like, it feels too obvious that NAKABA's trying to get Nazis up out of here, right? Like, it's like so heavy-handed that I feel like I'm being gamed. Like, I feel like NAKABA's playing a game with me. He's like winking really, really hard to be like, yeah, Nonsense he's gonna, like, these are too many deathlights. Like, how many deathlights have we gotten for Nonsense? Like, how many? Like, the numbers have, it got to be in the double digits at this point. With the amount of times he's wanted to confess to Percival, yet failed, the amount of times he's talked about his unrequited love for Percival, the amount of times we've seen him alone looking over Anne and Percival's interactions and be jealous. Like, all these things are just smacking deathlight. So I'm not sure if, like, NAKABA's beating me over the head with these death flags, only to pull the rug out from under me and, like, kill Donnie. Like, notably, this could be that. Because, like, I forget what scenario it was, and I do remember now. I do remember now, but I'm not gonna say what happened because that's a massive spoiler for that manga. But there's another series that did something very, very similar to this, where they gave a character death flag after death flag after death flag after death flag after death flag, and after like 400 chapters, they made it to the end of the narrative just fine. So like it was literally just the mangaka playing mind games with me, and I was like, so I'm not sure if NAKABA was playing mind games with me or if he's actually gonna off Nasians. I hope NAKABA was playing mind games with me. I love Nasians. Nasians is still very likely my favorite character, next to Pelgard and Lance. That's like the holy trinity. That's the big three. That's the big three of Four Knights for me right now. Nasians, Lance, and Pelgard. Like those are my favorite characters to character. I like Arthur too. I like Arthur a lot. I really like Four Knights Arthur. Four Knights Arthur pulls 7 deadly sins Arthur out the water by a wide margin. But still, I don't know. I feel like NAKABA's got to be playing me. He's got to be playing me, or he's literally just like he's really trying to make it hurt. Like he's really trying to make it hurt. But we'll see. Oh, okay. So Anne flicks him. Don't say that. It's bad luck. True. You have to tell him those things. Oh, you have to tell him those things. You need to tell him. But I guess, ironically enough, I think Anne knows Nazi isn't actually competition. Like, do you know how crazy that would be? Can you imagine if you like somebody and like the other person who also liked that same somebody told you to confess with the knowledge that, oh, you're not even on the roster. Like, I'd low-key have to box. I'd low-key have to throw hands real quick, because that we would have to get it done. We'd have to get down and dirty for that, because that's essentially what, I mean, well, that's me looking at it from like a meta-narrative perspective. But I think even Nasians knows that he doesn't stand a chance with Percival. Not with Anne in the picture. I think he knows. It's not rocket science. He, at least so far, he's presented himself as a man. Whether he is a man is still something that is a subject of heated debate within the Fortnite community, specifically because how he's portrayed. He's commonly portrayed wearing dresses, like a lot. Like you'll notice in a lot of the covers, it's not consistent. But like the biggest one where he's like consistently shown wearing a dress is the Arthur reveal chapter. I believe it's chapter 79 or whatever, and you literally see Anne and Nasians in a dress while Percy has no clothes on. Like, that's the biggest one that always flashes to my mind. And a lot of people theorize that Nasians may be a girl, or maybe a girl who is trying to hide. Like, kind of like, can I spoil Persona 4? Is Persona 4 old? Like, is that enough cultural zeitgeist that I can spoil Persona 4? Because Persona 4 came out a decade ago at this point. I feel like I can spoil Persona 4. There's a character from Persona 4 that also is, like, a lot of people are comparing to Nasians. I won't spoil Persona 4, just in case you want to play. It's not like a major, well, I guess it is a major spoiler, but it's not really a major spoiler. Like, there are more major spoilers for Persona 4, but I won't. But there's a very similar character situation to that a lot of people are comparing Nasian's situation to. So maybe it's that, but who knows? Percival? Huh? He's looking weird. Is this what I've been told? Oh, Percy, chill out. What's giving up? What? Giving up? I guess Lancelot can't. Can't you sense it though, Lance? Like, can you not sense the girth? Let's see. I don't know. My whole body's heating up. I feel like I'm going to nut. He's going nuts. He's going nuts. I said he's going nuts. Please don't clip that. We're on YouTube. You can't clip that. You can't clip that. You can't clip. I feel like I'm going nuts. Sorry. I need to get off my own juvenile humor. I'm so sorry. It's like nothing I've ever felt before. All this hope-driven force gathering inside me. Oh my. Okay, but the jokes write themselves. Like, it's not even, like, I'm not even a good comedian. Like, I'm not even a funny guy. The jokes are writing themselves. All that hope girth is filling inside him, gathering inside him. Like, what does this even look like? What does this even... I know my demographic. A lot of you, no. I won't make... If you get it, you get it. If you don't, good. The Percys look like they're about to bust. Swell! They're literally swelling up and about to burst. Father of mercy, bro. NAKABA has to do this on purpose. I know NAKABA's not that. He's not that thick-headed. I know NAKABA did that on purpose. He's literally busted. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, I feel it in my sternum. I feel it in my sternum. Well, let's see. Oh, look at how many unique drawings on this page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like all these different things. Why is his cheeks out? And now all this hope gathering inside of Percy. That'll burst out of him. But okay, so this is going to be the strongest Percy we've seen up to this point because he's got a whole planet supporting him. Let's see. Whoa, that's a lot. That's another joke. But I think it's a bit farther than my usual range of jokes, so I won't make the joke. We have standards here on that guy with the pencil. We'll go far, but not that far. Let's see. Why does Lance always look so cold? Like, Lance just stands and looks cold. Like, bro's standing there in front of a magic development, and he's still the coldest guy in the room. Like, bro, how do you just look peak with your eyes closed and your hair blowing in the wind? How do you just so peak? Like, if you don't like Lancelot, why? Like being other, like, unless you're like me and trying to be a hipster. Like, the only reason I'd say I wouldn't like Lancelot is because he feels genetically engineered. Like, it feels like he was focus group tested in order to be cool. Like, it feels like he was focus group tested to be cool in every way, shape, and form. And I don't like that. I don't like, it's like how, you know, certain characters are like built to like grab your, like, it's like not liking Charizard or not liking Pikachu or not liking Lucario. Oh, because the company pushes them on you because they're supposed to be the mascot or whatever. Like, it feels wrong like them, but that's just the hipster in me. Like, I can't deny the fact that Lance is just Timothy. Like, I don't know. If you don't like Lance for like a genuine reason other than just trying to be a hipster, tell me why down below. I'm super interested to see. But let's see. Huh? Oh, he's steaming? Bro, steaming? Steaming and creaming? What's that? What is that? What? Hold on. Hold on. Knock on wood. What is that? NAKABA, what is that? NAKABA, what is that? NAKABA, what is that? NAKABA, what is that? NAKABA. Bro said I'm tired of waiting. What? What is that? I've got to be tweaking, bro. There's no way. No, I'm not tweaking. Why did my phone run out of storage? Literally, the second I got up, I turned around and saw my phone ran out of storage. Bro, what is this? It's another me. NAKABA, you tweaking, bro. It is just another him. And they're made of them. It's made of the mini Percys. You can literally see them. Y'all. Darn it, broke my keyblade. Y'all. As you can see, Lost Veins out. Okay. I can see why my friend wanted me to react to this stuff. Low-key, I'm not even gonna lie to you. As I was talking and chatting, because I'm doing this like a regular review, it's just a live reaction. I was like, I mean, like, this chapter's cool and all, but I don't really see anything that's like, oh, I need to live react and like let everyone see it. But like, this is great. Okay, what is it gonna do though? Let's say, what does it do? Is that your mini Percivals? They grew even more? Oh God, it's sentient. It's gripping its. This is such a massive leap. Like, even the mini Percivals that were like full, and where it doesn't have a helmet. That's interesting. It doesn't, because the tiny they had helmets. This one doesn't though. Hey, Lancelot. And it's speaking fully coherently, not in that baby language. You know, it's gonna riz up Anne. I can feel it in my bones. Yo, mind if I fight you in place of this guy? Whoa, hey! Oh, you picked up the sword? You want to fight him? Fine then. Let's test you out a bit. I'm sorry. I'm still just blown away. We leaped massively. This is the collective, I guess, because it's still made of the mini Percys. It still is composed of mini Percys, but it made an actual Percy that wants to fight. Oop, still got Speedless by Macduff. Okay, Blast. Whoa. I guess that makes sense, though. It doesn't have to stay corporeal. But... And it smacked Lance! Well, to be fair, it's Macduff. It's Macduff. It's smacked Macduff. But what? So now it's just confirmed. Percy's magic is stronger than he is. That is terrifying, bro. Turn it off. Turn it off. What? Percy's magic is stronger than him. Sweet mother of mercy. Percy, you're done, son. Percy, you're done. Your narrative relevance is over, buddy. We don't need you. He smacked Macduff. Look at him. He solos your favorite verse. Don't act so surprised, bro. Bro? 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 What is happening? NAKABA, what is happening? These are too... No, it's too much now. Calm down. These are too many developments. Bro? Did he actually call him brother? Call him brother. Well, he said bro. Maybe this is just bro in the platonic sense. Like, you call your bro a bro, but you're far stronger and more precious than I. But what are you? Yeah, what are you? Oh, sweet mother of mercy. Y'all, we're done. We're done. Sarura Indu, a piece of our great one? What? Is Percy an eldritch monster? What? Oh, sweet mother. Okay. So, is that the end? We're ending on this. Hopefully we aren't on break next week because I need answers. Just in case you were confused, just in case you were confused, I can't really draw this one. I can't, like, it doesn't have a sheath. If I could summon it, I would. But, like, by that. That's a little bit too fragile. Like, in case it wasn't enough, in case it wasn't enough, yes, beyond a shadow of a shadow of a doubt, this chapter is insanely worthy. It is insanely worthy. And it's for these last 4 pages mostly. This development is crazy. Okay, quick chapter and thoughts recap. I need to make like 5 videos. I see. Okay. First things first, I know you're watching this. I know you are. You know who you are. Hear me say it, and you're gonna have it on recording for forever. You were right. You were right. I needed to react to this one for everybody. Okay. Demon World plot development. I like world building. I like seeing the behemoth and its effects on the world. Nice, neat, cool. I like seeing the knockoff Knights of Black, the Black Knights of Six. I love seeing them. Tristan's interpersonal journey. All cool stuff. That's fine by me. I like it a lot. Seeing the existing culture melding with the shifting culture of the Demon World, I really like that. It does a lot. Ironically enough, in retrospect, it does a lot for the Demon King's characterization and reaffirms the thoughts I've had about him for a while now. Percy versus Lance, super duper cool still. Like, even if it's pretending to be Percy versus Macduff, still neat. Still have my little critiques with that in terms of how Lance is training him, but to each their own. Nasian's and Jade's conversation, I like. Nasian's and Anne's conversation is nice. I like seeing the two conflicting perspectives on the thoughts of the dead and whether or not you should risk that, considering you'll never know what they actually wanted to say. And obviously more Nasian's death flags. I don't like it, but it's there, and I gotta appreciate that NAKABA's trying to break my ankles or play games with me. And Percy busting a nut and having a brother, or creating this, a construct that is his size without his helmet, which still feels weird. He doesn't have his helmet, but that is his size, yet is stronger than him, is a better fighter than him, has seemingly better control over his physiology than him. And this is the same language Percy was speaking back when Despair Percy was. And that's literally, we're on chapter 112. I think that's nearly 60 chapters ago since we last even got a mention of Despair Percy. So, a piece in a piece of our great one that's giving me massive, like, Bloodborne, Eldritch vibes. A piece of our great one. So this is only a piece of Percy's power. Percy's not Percy, or at least I don't think Percy's something strange. I don't think Percy's normal. Percy can't be human, bro. he cannot be human, bro. Oh, sweet mother of mercy. I wish I had more comprehensive thoughts to give y'all right now, but your boy's still definitely low-key tweaking right now, so I can't. I'm not even gonna pretend that I can give you full cognizant and coherent thoughts at the moment. So, W chapter, 10 out of 10. 10 chapter. Sweet mother of mercy. Tell me what you guys think about this chapter in the comment section down below. Do you guys like this? Did you guys like this kind of pencil live-esque format where it was me live reacting instead of like editing or like drawing? I don't. Let me know in the comment section down below. If you made it all the way to the end, this video is probably super duper long. I don't even know. Like, obviously my phone ran out of storage, so I was recording for a hot minute. If you made it all the way to the end, leave Hope Monster in the comment section down below. Leave Hope Monster. That's what I think this thing is. Sweet mother of mercy, y'all. However, that's what I think. Please tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure the little notification bell so you do not miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below where you can support me for as low as $1 down month to get things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. So now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. And now, thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Dago the Pencil, writing off.